Hello everybody! In this video we're going to practice multiplying expressions, and before each and every example we go through, I encourage you to pause the video, try out the problem yourself, and then see if our answers match. So the first example I want to go through is the following. I want to multiply the quantity or the expression 2x plus 1, okay, by the expression 3x plus 4. Okay, and we can do this in a couple of different ways, and we covered those ways in the last two videos. I'm just going to use the method that we covered in the last video, which I'm going to put the link to in the description. But the main idea of that video is, if we're multiplying two expressions, all we have to do is multiply all the expressions, all the terms in one expression by all the terms in the other expression, and then we add everything up. So let's do this here. So this is equal to, so let's start with the 2x. Let's multiply 2x by 3x. So we have 2x times 3x, and then we add to that 2x times 4. Okay, so plus 2x times 4. And then now we multiplied 2x by each term here. So all that's left is the 1. We multiply the 1 by each term here. Okay, so 1 times 3x. Okay, and then we add to that finally 1 times 4. And we're just going to use the arrows for the first example. So 1 times 4. So let's simplify this right here, all of that. This is equal to, well, we have 2 times x times 3 times x. Now 2 times 3 can be simplified. 2 times 3 is just 6. And then what remains is x times x. X times x can be written as x squared. So this is 6 times x squared, or just 6x squared. And then plus 2x times 4, or 2 times x times 4. Now 2 times 4 can be simplified, right? 2 times 4 is just 8. So we have 8 times x, or just 8x. And then plus 1 times 3x, anything times 1 is just itself, so we have 3x here. And then finally plus 1 times 4, that's just going to be 4. Okay, so we can simplify this a little bit further. This is equal to 6x squared plus, now 8x plus 3x is just going to be 11x, right? You can think of x as whatever you want. You can think of it as ice creams, basketballs. 8 basketballs plus 3 basketballs is just 11 basketballs. Or you can think of it again as whatever you want. So this is plus 4. Okay, and that's it. That's the answer to this. If we multiply this out, we just get this right here. Okay, so now let's try another example. Let's multiply the expression 5 minus 3x by the expression 5 plus x. Okay, and again it's the same idea. We just multiply all the terms here by all the terms here, and then we add everything up. So this is equal to, so first 5 times 5, 5 times 5. Okay, and then we add to that, we have 5 times x, 5 times x. Okay, and then we add to that, now we have minus 3x times 5, minus 3x times 5. And then finally we have, we add to that minus 3x times x, right? That's all that remains. So again, all we're doing is multiply each term here by each term here. Okay, so let's simplify this now. 5 times 5 is just 25. Plus 5 times x can't really be simplified because we don't know what x is, so it's just 5x. And here we have plus minus 3 times x times 5. Now 3 times 5 can be simplified to 15, so this is minus 15 times x. Okay, and then plus minus 3 times x times x. Now x times x can just be simplified to x squared, so this is minus 3x squared. Now this looks still a little bit jumbled, so let's simplify this. So we have 25. Okay, and here we have plus 5x, so let's just keep that. And now here we have plus minus 15x. What does that become? That just becomes minus 15x. Okay, because if we're adding a negative 15x, it's the same thing as just subtracting 15x, right? So plus minus just becomes minus. Same idea here. This just becomes minus 3x squared. Okay, so now we can simplify this a little bit further. So this is just 25 plus 5x minus 15x. So if we add, let's say if we have 5, okay, no, I was just going to use basketballs, but that's not going to work. If we let's say, if the temperature is 5, so let's say x is temperature. So 5 temperature, I don't even know what that means. Minus 15 temperature, okay? Okay, let's say x is degrees Celsius. Okay, so 5 degrees Celsius minus 15 degrees Celsius is just minus 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then minus 3x squared. And that's it. We're done. You can rearrange this. You can write this as minus 3x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, because we generally write the answer in this way, but it doesn't really matter. Those two things are just the same. Okay, so let's just try one more example now. This time we're going to try something a little bit different. So let's multiply the expression x minus 5 by the expression x plus 2, and then by the expression 3x plus 1. Okay, so now we're multiplying three different expressions, right? But don't get too worried. This will just follow the same idea, right? We'll just ignore the 3x plus 1 for now. So this is just x minus 5 times x plus 2, right? The expression x minus 5 times x plus 2. So let's do this. Let's just multiply this out. So ignoring this, right? Ignoring the 3x plus 1 for now. So we have x times x, so this is equal to x times x, right? And then we add to that, we have x times 2. So just x times 2. And then we add to that, we have negative 5 times x. Okay, so minus 5 times x. And then finally we add to that minus 5 times 2. Okay? Okay, now we can simplify this a little bit. This is equal to x times x is just x squared plus x times 2. This just can be written as 2x. Okay, and then plus minus just becomes minus, so we have minus. Ooh, this looks like an equal sign. Let me just remove this real quick. Okay, so minus 5x. And then finally, plus minus just becomes minus, and then 5 times 2 is 10. Now this color is different than this color, so I'm going to just change it again. Okay. So this is equal to now x squared plus 2x minus 5x just becomes minus 3x. So I'm just going to remove that plus sign. It's not even a plus sign, it's half a plus sign. But I'm just going to remove this. So this just becomes minus 3x. Okay, and then we have a minus 10 at the end. Alright, and I supposedly changed the colors so that they can be the same, so I can return back to this color, but this is a little bit different as well, but it doesn't really matter. So this is so if you multiply the expression x minus 5 by the expression x plus 2, you just get this right here. But now we also have to multiply this by this part right here, by the 3x plus 1. So let's do this. So this is equal to, so okay, this part right here just equal to this part down here. Okay, so now, all we have to do is multiply this by the 3x plus 1. So this is x squared minus 3x minus 10, all multiplied by the expression 3x plus 1. Okay, and again, same idea. Even though now we have 3 different terms here, right? It's the same idea. We just multiply each term in one expression by each term in the other expression, and we add everything up. So first we start with x squared times 3x. So let's just write that down. X squared times 3x. Okay, and then we add to that, we have x squared times 1. And then we add to that, we have now negative 3x times 3x. So minus 3x times 3x. And then we add to that minus 3x times 1. And then finally we have the minus 10. We just multiply the minus 10 by each term here. So minus 10 times 3x. So we add to that minus 10 times 3x. And then finally, we just add minus 10 times 1. Okay? Now this is a long, messy thing. So let's just simplify this a little bit. So we have x squared times 3x. Now we can just write this as 3 times x squared times x. Now x squared times x can just be written as x cubed. Okay, x to the power of 3. Plus x squared times 1 is just going to be x squared. Okay, and then plus minus just becomes minus. 3x times 3x is just going to, well, the 3 times 3 can be simplified to 9. And then x times x is just x squared. Okay, and then plus minus 3x, again, this just becomes minus. So minus 3x times 1 is just minus 3x. And then here we have plus minus, again, that becomes minus. 10 times 3x is just, well, 10 times 3 is 30, so we have 30x. And then finally we have minus 10 times 1 is just minus 10. Okay, so let's simplify this a little bit. We have 3x cubed. Let's just keep it, 3x cubed. And now we have, this is x squared, this is x squared. We can simplify this a little bit. So 1x squared minus 8x squared, sorry, minus 9x squared is just minus 8. Oh my god, okay. This looks like an equal sign, so let's just, okay, I don't know what happened there. So 3x cubed. Okay, and we have x squared minus 9x squared. This is just minus 8x squared. Okay, and then here we have x and x. These two things can be simplified. So minus 3x minus 30x. So you're taking away 3 of something, and then you're taking away 30 of that same thing. So in total, you're taking away 33 of that thing. And then finally, minus 10. I know this was a long and boring example, but I just wanted to add more expressions just to show you that the idea is the same. So hopefully this was good practice. Hopefully you tried out the examples and you got everything right. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.